Who's moving into the house next door? Here they come!
We have a vision.
Welcome to another exciting episode on The Real. My name is still Linda and that hasn't changed. Welcome to my review. So today we're talking about an exciting Christmas movie called All Out of the Holy. Quite long, right? And you know what? I'm going to be merging part 1 and part 2 together so that I just bring you the same review. So it's All Out the Holy. Part 2 was called Light Up. So part 1 was released in 2022 and part 2 was released in 2023. Both about an hour, 40 minutes long romantic comedy movie, and they were both directed by the same director, Maclean Nelson. Let's dive in.
They're reality show celebrities?
Nobility. Royalty.
Can you imagine the roof cred they're going to bring to Evergreen Lane?
Roof cred?
Welcome back. Good to have you with me. And I said that I was going to be talking about 2 movies in one, part 1 and part 2 of All Out the Holy. It's a Christmas movie, so remember, it's going to be back-to-back Christmas movies from now to February. So put on your seatbelts and let's have a good ride. Okay, so in this movie, there was a very pretty young lady. She was called Emily. Emily was dating a guy and they dated for years, thinking that they were going to get married. All of a sudden, things went south and they broke up. So to just take her mind off things, she decides that she's going to travel home to spend Christmas with her dad and her mom. On arrival, she finds out that her dad and her mom have decided to relocate to Florida. And the major question is, why didn't you tell me? The whole idea was to spend Christmas with you and rest. Anyway, they had other plans, so she had to take care of the house, and then she was forced to join the HOA association. This was a very fun association of the neighbors who will come together and coming up with a 1 week, 2 weeks plan of activities that are going to happen during Christmas. She wanted a quiet Christmas to just lay her head low and rest, but that wasn't it. Everything went the other way because she had to go for meetings early in the morning, plan with the team, and work closely with Jed, her old friend from childhood, who was now the president of HOA. Very funny one. Well, she had no choice but to do everything she needed to do to make Christmas a memorable one for everyone in the area, which on the street, but the street just looked like there were like 10,000 people just the street, and everyone had to work together, and it was always so much fun, from games to competition to cooking to singing to lighting up the Christmas tree. It was so much fun. At the end of part 1, Emily decided to stay back in the city as she fell in love with Jared and they started dating. So let's move to part 2. So in part 2, they were then planning the Christmas for the next year, usual meetings, activities and all that. So in part 1, there was one of the houses that was vacant. The neighbors relocated and left the street, so they were wondering who was going to take over, only to find out that it was a very famous, popular family called the Jolly family, who were known for just creating Christmas activities and were kind of influencers and famous. The one in part 2 was that the Jolly family decided to come prepared with their own activities and they didn't want to join the HOA association with theirs. And then they divided the street into 2. Those who wanted to go with the Jolly family and those who wanted to go with the usual tradition that has been happening for over 30 years with the HOA association. Well, you need to go and check out this movie to see the World War II that are called. Like, I really don't understand. It's just Christmas. We're supposed to, work together and live in love. But the Jolly family were not ready for that. They were ready for war, competition, fight. They just wanted to dominate, to win. It was all about winning for them, but that wasn't the whole ideal concept for Christmas. Christmas is supposed to be for love, sharing, and happiness. Well, you need to go and watch part 2 to see how it ended, if they were able to settle things or everything went south on the beautiful, amazing, peaceful street that has been like that for years. Well, there was also another good surprise in part 2, so you need to watch that to go check it out. I'm sure you can really predict what it was. But anyway, I'm not going to spoil that for you. I'll draw the curtain here and then I'll call it a day. Okay, to my verdict. Part 1 and part 2. Typically, same story. Love, romance, fall in love. Nothing extra. So it's very hard for me to score a romantic Christmas movie 9 or 10. Very hard. It must be something really mind-blowing. Let's stay back again to be safe. 7.5. It was good. Perfect. Nice. Nothing extraordinary, nothing exceptional. It was just simple and amazing. So if you do like Christmas movies, for all the romantic movie lovers, welcome. This is your season to enjoy, right? And your time. This will be worth for a while, and I will stay safe 7.5. Do not forget to leave a comment or two. Tell us what you do like or not like about the movie. We always would love to hear from you till I come your way again. My name is still Linda. Keep watching, listening, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you again in my next episode. Bye for now.
The snowball fight's not until after you finish.
You little.
Lacey Chabert leads an all-star cast.
3, 2, 1.